My name is Tim Naish. I'm a professor in the Antarctic Research Centre at Victoria University of Wellington in New Zealand, so I'm a Kiwi. My current role is I'm the co-chief officer for the INSTANT program, which is one of SCAR's strategic research programs. It's the largest one, and it stands for Instabilities and Thresholds in Antarctica, hence the acronym INSTANT. But it's really all about how the Antarctic ice sheet is responding to a warming climate, how it's done that in the past, how it will do it in the future, and how fast it will melt and contribute to global sea level rise, which is a very big societal question. And the reason that we have this program is that in the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change, in its assessment report in 2013, we recognised we knew very little about how the Antarctic ice sheet would respond as the world continues to warm. But we realised there was the potential for the Antarctic ice sheet to respond very quickly, very abruptly, causing rapid sea level rise that could potentially be irreversible on human timescales. So once we go past a certain level of global warming, and it happens to be about 2 degrees of global warming, which is the number the Paris Agreement wants us to stay below. Once we go past that, then there's the potential for this irreversible tipping point to be gone through. So the Earth system is coupled. And by the Earth system, we mean the ocean, the atmosphere, the solid Earth underneath the ice sheets and underneath the oceans, and we mean the biosphere. So we mean the physical world, and it's completely coupled. What happens in the atmosphere affects the ocean, affects the ice sheet, and what happens to the ice sheet affects the solid Earth. But what we're realising is that the ocean is a really key driver of what's happening in Antarctica. And the reason that is that Antarctica, while it looks like this huge lump of ice and it sits above sea level, and it's the size of Australia, right? It's huge. If it all melted, it would be round about 60 metres of global sea level rise. But much of the ice sheet, a third of it, sits grounded on bedrock, but below sea level. And it is very vulnerable to the ocean as it warms. The IPCC report says 2 metres of global sea level rise by the end of the century cannot be ruled out. Now that's probably low probability, and we have low confidence in that because we still don't understand the processes well enough, and that's the challenge for the INSTANT project, to try and reduce that uncertainty. It's all about the young people. It's all about, for many reasons. One is because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with what we've left. Us older people, what the state we've left the planet in. But also because it's not a hopeless cause. It's not a lost cause. There's still lots to fight for. And it's not like hit 2 degrees, it's all over. If we land at 2.5 degrees, it's a much better world than 5 degrees. All of us have a lot invested in this. And we need sharp minds, we need people who care about understanding the world we live in and where it's heading. INSTANT, I think we're about 35 to 40%. Early mid-career researchers. We had a meeting in Trieste a few years ago, and we had about 300 people. And it was great to see all those young minds and people engaging with the community. And we hope we're providing pathways in our leadership opportunities and in our groups and different programs for young people to just come up and take the lead. And we've got a really great cohort of young people coming through. All we are simply shepherds, for the next generation to get them in. I think one of the challenging things for them, it's a lot of work, not to be afraid of it, to take leadership. And we have to show pathways that are attractive. We still need the greatest minds. There are still huge opportunities for great young minds. And geopolitical cycles will come and go, and we really have to hope that that's the case, and keep pushing.